Okay. Hi everyone, I am Tara and I'd like to welcome you all back to my channel, Spirit Mother Teachings of Going Within. Today I'm going to talk about the statistics of jobs that women do and jobs that men do. Sorry. Yeah, come on in. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to let my little kitty cat in. Before I get started, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to pick from my trusty little cards. Okay. Okay. It says swing hard in case they throw the ball. Okay. So figure out what that says. Maybe it's just directed towards like to do that. Before I get started, because there may be some new to my channel and wondering like why I do certain topics that I do. I'm going to first off read the description to my channel because maybe some of you haven't. So, and this kind of tells you who I am and what I'm all about, what my videos are all about, and what have you. It's I'm Spirit Mother, and I'm here to wake people up to see how we've been treating each other and ourselves, or treating each other and our earth and ourselves. I am a unique type of spirit guide. I am a psychic, a medium, a channeler, a telepath, and an empath. I speak and sign different light languages, all of which can be very intense at times. It's many different languages, what have you. On my channel, I talk about everyday life, the ignorance, greed, the hatred, etc. I do it to get people to look within themselves and how we have been acting in life towards ourselves and others, including animals. Some people may not like what I have to say, whereas some may totally understand. Sometimes I may come off not a very spiritual person. However, I asked you to look within and see what spirituality really means. It is the enlightenment, waking up to the truth, the good, bad, the ugly stuff that we don't like to see about ourselves, about the world, and others. Sometimes we need a little tough love to be able to look within ourselves. Okay, I am the inner consciousness, Spirit Mother. Okay, today I chose the topic of the statistics of jobs that mostly women do and the jobs that mostly men do. Okay, and it was because there was today I had a very large conversation. It got heated. Okay. And this person always likes to say about women when something is said to him that he doesn't like something. When I was sitting there and I was eating some cheesecake. Okay. Because yes, I deserve a treat once in a while. But I was eating some cheesecake. And I'm connected with many people. Okay. And everybody has past lives. And we have past lives with the individuals that were around, and we're here to sort it all out. Okay. So I was sitting there and I was feeling them crying. I was feeling them seeing this person. And they were trying to deal with their own feelings. Okay. And this person looked at me. What's wrong with you? I didn't answer. And they were like, Like, what's wrong? Like, you stopped eating, like, and you look like you're like quite upset. But see, when some people, when they ask the question and you start to answer because it's something they don't like, they don't want to hear it. Really? But you want other people to hear what you have to say. That's freaking pissing me off. And it pisses a lot of people off. Some people don't say anything about it. They say, oh, we'll just ignore them. Sometimes there's a time to speak. So I started explaining to this person, telling them that I'm connected with other people that have a history of past lives with him, this person. Oh, they didn't like that. Well, tell them that's their own fucking shit to deal with. Leave me out of it. It's you they're trying to deal with. They're trying to deal with something that that person in a past life did. And then it got into a discussion about women. Because this person really likes to talk a lot about women. And that is sickening. When you talk like that and you expect a woman not to say what you are like yourself, and you just laughing in a woman's face, I'm here to tell you that's narcissistic behavior. You want to say your piece, but you don't want the woman to say theirs because you're a fucking bully to a woman. And this person can hear me. And I really don't give a shit. But what I'm saying is it got into a discussion. And then it got into this heated thing about like this person watched a program where you put men on one side of an island, women on the or on another island or something like that. And the women, he said they said the women were almost starving because they didn't know how to create plumbing or anything like that, and the men had all the plumbing and what have you. Okay, so it got really heated. Okay, and there's like when somebody starts saying it doesn't matter what sex it is, because both sexes are the same in a lot of aspects right now. It's like one religion fighting the other. So it's male against female. Okay? So it got really heated. So I decided that I was going to come down and have a look at the statistics of the jobs that women do and the jobs that men do. Okay, whether it be masculine or feminine, because you can have a masculine woman that wants to do a plumbing job, or you can have a feminine man who wants to do a woman's job. Okay, but there's such a stigmata on everything that each sex is trying to throw shade on the other for one reason or another. And today, and when things get heated, there's times when I just want to take the person and just like shake the shit right out of them, because they talk about other people that are like that with their women. And to me, are you sure you're not that person? And I don't care what that person's saying right now. It just goes to show. I'm right here. You like to throw shade on women. But when women start fighting back, you don't freaking like it. What, because you can't hit a woman? Well, I'm here to tell you, in past lives, you did more than hit a woman. So I took this to them. They didn't want to hear it. And then when I told them the statistics, they just kept saying about, well, we build the houses. Do you? Good for you. Women build them too. And women also create them. And this person likes to throw shade on women, but they can't even put a doorknob on. And they have 22 trades. But see, they'll say that I'm trying to shame them or throw shade on them. It's like, no. Not what I'm doing at all. You have 22 trades and you can't do not one of them. But you're throwing shade on a woman because you think because they can't put in indoor plumbing? Seriously? You need to go within. You need to find your feminine side because you are an egotistical, self-centered person. And you can try to burn my head. I don't care. You've already freaking burned me in the past. And you've even watched me burn in the past. You may have put me out this time when my hair caught on fire. Now they're blaring the music because they don't want to hear me. Because the truth hurts. So, the most female jobs, okay? This is the statistics. According to the BLS, these jobs have the highest percentage of women workers. Preschool and kindergarten teachers, 98.8%. Medical records specialists, 95.9%. Child care workers, 94.8%. Speech language pathologist, 94.4%. Dental hygienist, 93.9%. It just goes to show how much of an a-hole you really are when you do stuff like that. Just so you know that when you see this video, if you do see this video, because I know that eventually you may even watch it. Skincare specialist. Okay, I'm going to go through these. Okay, this person had a kindergarten teacher. Okay, she was a female, and whether that's why he has a disdain for women, I don't know. But this kindergarten teacher, when they were like 5-6 years old, because he couldn't sit still in his seat because he was considered ADHD, which this person said themselves that kids are not supposed to be sitting in a desk 8 hours long. This teacher put him in a garbage can and held his hand and humiliated him in front of the class. Medical records specialist. Well, who does this person go to when they want their friggin' records to take them to another doctor? They go to the female. Because that was 95.9%. Child care workers, 94.8%. The majority of them, they're the ones taking care of the kids while people go to work. Speech language pathologist, because a lot of women have patience for it, and this person will actually mock people with an accent or a speech impediment. Okay? And that's 94.4. Dental hygienist, 93.9. This person goes to the dental clinic at least every 3 months. And now they have to have dental big time dental work. That's 93.9%. Skincare specialist, 93.9. This person has dermatology, like different types of skin problems, and they've gone to a dermatologist. Okay, that's 93.9%. Dental assistant, okay, 93.7. Okay, they go get their teeth cleaned all the time because they need their teeth cleaned, and that's 93.7%. Medical secretaries, 93.3%. Well, they're the ones that pick up the phone when you say, I need an appointment with my doctor because I need to get some prescriptions. Are they helping you? I'm not hollering at you. I'm hollering at people like this person. Are those medications actually helping you? Are you getting any better? Why not try a natural path? Why not try natural medicines? Oh, wait. You're so into the matrix that you want to throw shade on people like that. And that's 93.9%. Secretaries administrative, 92.9%. So if you have a business, 9 chances out of 10, you have a woman working for you. And this person wants to get something going at their place and wants me to do the legal shit. It pisses me off. That's 92.9%. Executive secretaries. And most of the time, they get treated like a piece of shit. Executive working for a big office, 92.5%. Dietitians and nutritionists, 91.4%. Who are the ones that tell you about your guts and stuff like that? Who are you going to? Ask yourself, and you're throwing shade on women? You really got a freaking problem, boy. That's 91.4%. Hairdressers, cosmetologists, 90.8%. This person, once in a while, they'll get their hair cut. But every time they get something done, nothing is ever good enough for them. It's like, go fucking do it yourself then, because you're really pissing me off. Their response to stuff is, well, I don't care. So they'll throw shade on somebody else for their appearance. But they're allowed to look that way. Or they figure it's okay for them to look that way. But it's insightful if somebody else looks that way. Because this person will insult people. Maybe not to their face, but behind their back, and that makes you a coward. Home health aides, 90.3%. This person gets money for it. And when if they were to get people to come, it would be a woman. I don't know how many times I've helped this person by cleaning up their shit mess. just for them to turn around and throw the stuff on the floor and say, oh, well, I can't keep up with it. You can't fucking keep up with it because you're too damn lazy to keep up with it. Stop making excuses. Put your stuff away when you come. You just don't want to get up and get nothing. You want to hoard it around your desk or your table or whatever. F you too. Testituturieta. That's 90.3% are health aides. Medical assistants, 90.2%. Kind of the same as the medical assistants, they'll go in. They're there to make sure that nothing, like to see if anything's going on or what have you. Don't like somebody touching you, or you think that they're going to act in a wrong way, of one way or another. So it's like having a witness. LPNs, licensed practitioner nurses. Well, the medical assistant was 90.2. The licensed practitioner nurse, 90%. Okay, this person has gone to them. If you couldn't get a doctor, you went to these because you're going to the doctor because I got to have medication. I got to have tests. I got to have this. Oh, I got this wrong. I got that wrong. But then they say about chronic pain, but yet when somebody else has chronic pain, they treat them like a piece of shit. I actually had somebody tell me that sometimes I look evil. It's not that I look evil. Maybe I look evil because I've just had enough and I'm pissed off. So that's 90%. Child and school social workers, 89.8%. Don't know if this person ever dealt with one, but maybe they did. But that's when their kids would come and talk about something that they couldn't talk about at a home because of certain individuals, whether it be male or female. Because it's actually not about male or female. It's about the masculine and feminine aspect of things. This person has so much masculine that they're afraid of their feminine side. Pump up your ego. I'm better than you because I'm a man, or I have masculinity to me. You need me. Like I said, it's not directed towards everybody. It's directed towards people like that. And notice I say people like that. Because it's the masculine. The masculine is more pumped. And if you have over feminine, you feel like you're a little weaker. And then those masculine ones will play on your feminine side because they are too afraid to feel their own femininity. And then they say, oh, those fucking feminists. It's like, oh, those masculinities. But see, the thing is, this person would not say this to anybody else but me. This person, when they go out, they make sure they're covered up. They don't want others to see them. What are you afraid of? How many people did you treat like shit? Do you know what's really, because obviously you know what's really going on. Because if you want to throw shade on me because I told you the truth of what I'm feeling, and you're basically telling those people that from your past life, get over it and fuck off. This person was worried because when they retired, they didn't get a fucking party or a watch. And the job that the person was doing was supposed to be to help people. When you help people, you're not supposed to be looking for a reward. Helping the people is the reward itself. That's 89.8%. I'm not mad at you guys. Just to make that clear, I send just like love. It's like I'm just pointing things out that I've had it with seeing people like this. See, we look and we say about God, about Jesus, and what have you, okay? But we don't want to look at ourselves. We want somebody to do the work for us. We want somebody to save us. I had to learn the hard way. I had to come out of my over feminine side and find that masculinity part of me so that I could become balanced. And then this person says about enlightened people. It's like, you just don't like enlightened people because they ain't taking the shit no more. They're seeing things for what it really is. They said about statues shouldn't be torn down. Okay, I agree with them. The real history should be put on the statues. And if it's like that, the people would have a statue, and then the truth would be on the statue. Instead of glorifying the bad that was done. Put both sides of the story. Instead of like on Once Upon a Time that I watch, there's a part there where it's about the storyteller. The storyteller will manipulate it, okay? In that, it manipulated Snow White and Charming to go do something with Maleficent's baby for it to go. The storyteller manipulated that. So the storyteller got put back in the book. A prison. And then the storyteller got let out because people wanted to rewrite. Like somebody wanted to rewrite they wanted to write the villain, like villains wanted to rewrite their stories. To write themselves a hero. Why rewrite your story? Why not just change it? Change who you are. Change what you do. So in this, the storyteller ended up writing the villains, the really dark ones, as the heroes. Okay, so that's what we've dealt with. And then the spell was broken. So it's like this person will even say that the world is flipped upside down, but then they'll go another time and they'll say something totally different. It's like, really? Excuse me. It's like, really? I've done a video on this. Do you hear yourself talk? Sorry, do you hear yourself talking? Tiki tutulesh ka na bareta? Esulo iguriay? Okay, so that was child and school social workers. 89.9%. Nursing assistants, 89.3. He's had to use nursing assistants. Even back when when the person was in their career, they had to use them. So why are you throwing shade on women? What, because you think because you build a fucking building that you're all that? When the women are the ones that are taking care of you? You want home care? Would you treat the woman like shit? Because you don't have a problem treating me like shit and talking behind everybody else's back. Diskitutoriata. That's 89.3%. Billing and posting clerks, 89.9. So they're like the billing and what have you. They're the ones doing up your shit. See, I've been around for 23 freaking years and watched it all. It's what my channel's about. Teachings of going within, looking at yourself. Instead of throwing shade on everybody else and talking behind everybody else's back and then going nicety nice to their face. Have I done that before? Yeah, before I learned. Because we've all done it, and anybody that says that they didn't, they have. But when it's all the time and you're not fucking learning nothing from it, you deserve what you get coming back at you. Because it's just a mirror image. Right here. It's because the freaking truth hurts. It's like you want to say, you know that they're talking about people. But they wouldn't say shit to that person if they had a mouthful because they're afraid of what would happen. Oh, just waiting for the right time. Well, I'd say you've been waiting an awful fucking long time now, haven't you? Go deal with your own shit instead of getting other people, like putting it on other people. Instead of putting a tough, masculine thing on and not doing what everybody else is doing and looking at themselves and not fucking changing nothing that you do, just pretending. I did a video on that too about fake it till you make it. You've been faking it for fucking years now. How about stop faking it and make it? Spitting. So the billing and posting clerks for women is 89.1%. Maids and housekeeping cleaners, like I just said, like I did the housework and just throws it all over the place, but would say about me years ago when I was in chaos. Mine was mostly clothes in my room. my closet. Sometimes I had dishes because I couldn't stand doing dishes. I have a dishwasher, but I rarely ever use it now. Because I find some of them, they just work like a piece of shit. But this person wants a home care worker to come in. Well, home care workers, they come in and they clean up your house, mop your floors, sweep your floors, do your dishes, make your meals, what have you. That's what that's for. Why do you think a woman should be doing all the bitch work? Get off your fucking ass and fucking keep your place clean. I'm going to say it. When somebody cleans your house and you do that, you got no friggin' respect whatsoever for the time and the effort that person put into it, whether you asked them or not. You just sat there and fucking watched the person, and when the person asked for a little bit of help, you won't even help, but to fucking want other people to help you. You wonder why people aren't helping you. You think because you drive somebody somewhere. Always fucking driving people. You choose to. So they want someone coming in and cleaning their house. If it wasn't for cleaners, people would be working in their own shit and living in their own shit sometimes. And cleaners are totally disrespected. I know, because I went through it growing up. My father was a cleaner, and he, in a lot of aspects, he was treated like crap. But a lot of the time, he wouldn't say anything because you're in fear of losing your job. So there's no respect there. They threatened him with tender because he was asking for a raise of a few dollars. I went to work with him one time. I used to go with him all the time. On the way there, he told me that the head CEO, originally they were taking and they were putting their newspapers up in a filing cabinet. Then all of a sudden, they just started like throwing them on the floor. And they'd even throw them on the floor in front of my dad. A CEO. Male chauvinist man. Thinking your shit don't stink? So this day we were going in and my dad told me about it. About what he was doing. So my dad sent me upstairs. Because my dad knows that I have a mouth. Might have lost it for a while. But I have a mouth. And I went and I was gathering up all the garbage. I got to the CEO's office. He takes his garbage can, passes his garbage can in one hand, and throws a newspaper on the floor in front of me, like right there, just right by where he was sitting. Throws the newspaper on the floor. Takes his garbage can. I look at him and said, "Is that newspaper for recycling?" He said, "Yes." And I looked right at him and said, "Good. Can you pick it up and pass it to me? Because we're not dogs and we don't go fetch." Do you do that to your wife? Because if you do, you need to fucking shake your head. I have disdain right now with regards to stuff like that. Because some people expect you to just walk away from it. Oh, don't say anything, just walk away. Maybe you need to find and balance. Come back to center because you have both masculine and feminine, and it's to be balanced. You're not here to be all walked over. A family division is about each person sharing responsibilities. And I would say that I share my reasonable responsibility. I put the effort into everything else. My energy is being used up. So that's payment. So maid, housekeeping, and cleaners, 88.3%. Receptionist, 88.3%. I've been a receptionist. Come on. Come on, let yourself be heard. Yeah, I ripped you off by so much. I divorced. And when I got divorced, I didn't go for nothing. And I was entitled to half. So receptionist, 88.3%. Right here. Bring it. I have heart, and it's not to shame you. It's to say, hey, really? You think that what you do is okay, and you expect me not to respond? I'm supposed to take your shit and roll over like a fucking dog? Or like your doormat? Believe me, I will. But you don't know when you got something good. Or when you had something good. Whether it's a man or a female, and somebody has somebody that does stuff for them, that helps them, that just lost total respect for them, for the way that they treat the person. The person wants respect. Show other people respect and you might get some. I will not bow to you. I will not kiss your fucking feet. So receptionist, 88.3%. Veterinarian technologists and other stuff like it, 88.1%. He's taken his dogs to the vet. It was a woman. We had one that deliberately hurt our dog. We had one that took the needle out of one and then popped it in the other and caused our dog to damn near go paralyzed and die. So I'm not saying that one is better over the other. I'm just saying statistics of what takes place. Nurse practitioners, they've been to them. Like I said, wanting their medication, their appointments, wanting them to sign them up for some blood work and some tests. So nurse practitioner, that's 88%. Registered nurses is 87.4. So that's a lot of the medical community, the educational system of what takes care of people, the caregivers. And this person likes to say about women, because women don't go and build a house, which some women do. According to the BLS, 46.8% of the US workforce is women. Wow. And then the women's supposed to come home and take care of the kids? The women give birth to the kids? Not saying don't take care of the kids, because they do. Some do. But a lot of the time, kids are in daycare. And our kids shouldn't be in daycare and school as much as they are. They said about I said about school, and I said, well, maybe people should be homeschooling their kids. Yeah, I got that. They say a system won't let you. Because it's all about it's control and teaching them what they want to teach them, not what actually needs to be taught. If it like go like find the child's talent, what they enjoy doing, what they are naturally good at. That's their strong points. Don't drill them with a bunch of bullshit crap that just fogs their mind. I don't know how many, there's different things on YouTube that's saying about toxic school can be or is. We say about how toxic it is, but we keep sending our kids to school. However, many jobs screw heavily male or female. In fact, your odds of getting a male kindergarten teacher is about 1 in 100. Is your AC broken? Only about 1% chance of those would be women. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to get to is with regards to the men. Okay. Well, what's this say? Whether due to stereotypes, society preference, or a little bit of all the above, some jobs are simply occupied disappropriately by one gender. Using data from the BLS, we highlight the most male and most female jobs along with what that just might mean for the job market. Okay, excuse me one sec. I got to plug this in. I was dressed up earlier and I was going to go away and stuff happened and I just decided to come on and do this. And like I said, it's not to throw shade on, really, it's not to throw shade on people. It's, like, wake up. Okay. Key findings. Preschool and kindergarten teachers are overwhelmingly female, with 98.8% of workers being women. Other positions dominated by women include secretarial positions and nursing roles. The most mainly job, if we're going to be sheer volume of male workers anyways, is brick masons. Trades in general are full of male workers. Carpenters, electricians, HVAC workers, plumbers, and plethora of types of mechanics are all over 96% of male. Okay? I know that and I understand that. And I will get to my point here in a bit. While many jobs have a huge gender gap, some jobs are close to 50-50. This includes technical writers, bartenders, and insurance sales. Okay? A technical writer and an insurance salesperson walk into a bar. What do they have in common? They, along with the bartender, are all about just as likely to be a man as a woman. And then below, you'll find the chart where the fewest women workers, so the most male jobs. Okay. Okay. Let's bring that up. Okay. Brick masons, stone masons, 99.7%. Heavy vehicle mechanics, 99.2%. Crane and tower operators, 99.2%. Auto body repairs, 99%. Miscellaneous vehicle equipment mechanics, 98.8%. Electrical power line installers, 98.7%. Automotive service technicians, 98.6%. HVAC workers, 98.5%. Bus and truck mechanics, 98.2%. Other extension workers, 98.1%. Plumbers, pipe fitters, and etc. along the same lines, 97.7%. Pest control workers, 97.5%. Cement masons, 97.2%. Installation workers, 97.1%. Electricians, 96.9%. Electrical engineering techs, 96.8%. Carpenters, 96.8%. Roofers, 96.7%. Contractors, supervisors, 96.5%. Construction laborers, 96.2%. Welding workers, 96.2%. Okay, now, okay, the first ones, right down to bus and truck mechanics and other extension workers, anything that has to do with electrical stuff or gas powered stuff or paint fumes or anything like that. Okay. See, the thing is, okay, back in the early 1900s, there was a man named Nikola Tesla who invented free energy, who showed free energy. But because Thomas Edison that we've all learned about said there was no money to be made in it. Basically did a lot of things nasty. I even had the person tell me that Thomas Edison was the one who burnt Nikola Tesla's buildings down with all his work in it. And the Tesla movie, I actually posted a partial of a video. Okay. And in that video, it has one of the other ones. I forget his name, but he's in with Edison. He was another one of these electrical people. When he was at the bar, okay, this is supposed to be taking place in the early 1900s. Well, he was sitting at the bar, okay, say this is a little phone. I'm watching, and then all of a sudden, a cell phone that looks like our phones today, he was holding it and going like this on it. And they say that our history has been removed from us. So Tesla's work was destroyed. And then when he created work again, when he died, his hotel room was cleaned right out with nothing to be found again. People's been putting it out there. That's where I learned about the frequencies of 432 and 528 and other frequencies. Because the free energy is from the unisphere. It's the energy. We are the energy. We are batteries of our own. And they put up these poles and everything like that, and it all goes to your house. Do you ever notice you can hear the electrical buzzing? It's not good for the body, but they say, oh, well, no, that's not hurting. Fuck, it ain't. All these shit that's up there that's making buzzing sounds and humming sounds and stuff like that, it's creating pain and it's creating anxiety. It's creating stress. It's creating anger. Do you ever see somebody, okay, and if they're said to be autistic or anything like that, like just people, like it's just, there's so much sound, and it's like, just shut up. It's because they're constantly hearing that. And they're hearing not only that, but it's said like a lot of other stuff is in the ether. It's in the energy. It's spirits. It's everything. It's driving everything crazy. And I'm not talking crazy awake. I'm talking about it's causing so much mental health issues. And Tesla, the free energy, there are freaking vehicles out there. There's technology out there that you don't need all this shit. But see, some people like that. Because maybe that was them in a past life. Or maybe they're a jumper. And I don't care if they like me. I don't care if you like me. If you don't like me, it's only because, like, the truth hurts. And we don't want to know the truth. We say we want to know the truth. But when the truth comes out, or somebody stands up, And what you just people are screaming for God to help them. You know God's helping you when you start helping yourself. And if some people don't like what I just said, well, that's too bad because it's the truth. God can try to help you, but God can't make you do it. God can send the help to you, but can't make you accept it. Only you can do that. So when things get, like when I stand up, people don't like it. And you're supposed to take the shit and roll over. It's like, why is it okay for you to do that to people and think that and think that it shouldn't be done to you? Because I'm going to tell you, the only reason why you do it is because you think because you can get away with it. You believe you'll get away with it with that person, but you won't do it to somebody that you know you won't get away with. But see, the algorithms right now may not be letting me get through with some of this message or all of it. And it's only because it knows that I'm right and don't want it exposed to other people. Because then it'll put a dent. But see, the thing is, whether I'm here or anywhere, I can still put it out. I still love this person. I would just like to know why they're so fucking bitter. And they can't blame it on somebody else because you choose to remain the same way. You choose to treat people the same way. And then when you treat somebody a certain way and they give back what you just gave them, you play victim. When in actuality, you were the victimizer, you were the bully. You were the coward because you won't stand up to people your own size. You'll stand up to a woman because you think they're weaker. But would you go to a man? If you're a man, would you go to a man? Because the person's already told me if you were a man, because they wanted to drive me, if you were a man, and I told them, well, if I were a man, I'd fucking drive you through the wall for the way you treat people. And I have visions, and in that vision, I seen that in a past time, I did do that because I seen it. It's like my heart feels, and I feel other people. And it's other times, it's aspects of those people. I know, like somebody else told me that they went for a sound bath, and it's like when two people get feuding, they feud, and it becomes a rage. And what it is because those two souls have had a history together, so something triggered it. And this It goes back a long way. Tiki tutoria toria shalmoria tai. Tiki tutoi. See, I owe this person nothing. But they do need to see themselves. And people like him. It's not because people don't love you. You make it hard for people to love you. And usually it's because you don't love yourself. Or you don't think you're worthy to have good things because this person actually voiced it. It's like, why don't you deserve to have good things? What was it that was so bad that you just want to push people away so you don't have to face it? Because I'm here to tell you, you're a damn hypocrite because you made me face mine. See, some people would say, just leave, just go away. Well, when you love someone, you don't give up on them. Whether it's a romantic relationship, sometimes you do have to go away from them. And I went away, but the universe threw me back. We get put in places, in situations, because we got to do something differently. It's like no matter how nice you talk to somebody, and when they still treat you like shit, that's when you have to stand up and say, fuck you. Enough is enough. Stop throwing shade on me and have a damn look at yourself. Because I don't think of myself as perfect because I'm still going through things. I've done things, whether it be this life or past life or what have you. And if I didn't get it right and I kept repeating the same thing over and over again, I'd keep getting thrown in it until I realized what the fuck I was doing wrong. What wasn't I getting? What wasn't I learning? And I'm gonna say like you go into a store with this person and everybody's all happy and everything like that. Nobody's like bitching about nothing or anything except for this one person. And then they say, oh, it's a democracy. Is it a democracy? Because I had this person will scream about a democracy. But yet, when it comes to a voting or something like that, what the fuck are you voting for that person for? This and that and that. You should vote for this person. Well, I don't want to. Or you should get the needle because it's your patriotic duty. That's communism. That's being told what to do. You're not my parent. Maybe you like, who knows? I'm still figuring out. Maybe you were in the beginning, but I think you're more my brother. because I know that back in 2017, I was told that I had a grumpy old man that attached themselves to me from the time I was born to the age of 2. And then I had someone else come in through that medium and tell me everything was going to be okay. But a message to the grumpy old man, why are you so grumpy? I am not your girlfriend. I am not your wife. I am not something that you can freaking hold. If you want help, start freaking helping yourself. You want to find somebody? Start growing up and looking. Because when you find that feminine side to you, you'll find that other half. Or when you find that masculine side to you, you'll find that other half. They tell me, oh, we have lots in common. No, we don't. They tell me, oh, well, no one's going to like you. Basically, they'll only like you because you're pretty. Really? Is that why you're with me? Or is that not with me? But is that why you won't let me go? In that aspect? Is that why you shoot me down? Because you're insecure about yourself? Because you said it yourself, you're fucking shallow. I'm not. It's like, really? When are you going to look at yourself? Instead of faking it. Blame me because you're not in a good mood, and then you talk the way you want to me, and then the minute I try saying something to you, oh, you're a victim and I'm the one that's pushing on you. No, I'm just giving you back what you give out to me. I lived in the city, and this person would literally come and freaking like the same way in front of people, and nobody says anything. What the fuck is your problem? Just stand there and watch someone abuse someone. Are you a fucking coward too that you can't stand up for someone? Teach someone how to stand up for themselves? It's not always about like just blowing something off, because a bully will keep coming at you and no one won't shut my mouth. How about you shut yours? I spent months in a trailer, nights in freezing cold weather, doing my going within. They're telling me I better stop. I'm not afraid of them. Because I had somebody like they'd say about like when I'm not around and I kind of catch it, I'll fucking bury you. Well, here's the shovel. Would you like to bury me now? The other day, stuff happened, and I was told they were going to call and have a peace bond put on me. Well, just remember that when you do that, there's two sides to every story. You go running around and hollering like you're being victimized because I'm standing up for myself. So the people don't really know what's going on. They don't know what started it. And I really don't care how this person feels about me doing this video. Because they don't seem to care about me at all sometimes, and that makes me wonder. They say that they do, but actions speak louder than words. And because I give back what they dish out to me, it's not liked. And it's not just this person. It's other people. I said the other night in my video that somebody said I should have not let them buy something because they were having buyer's remorse. Really? Take responsibility for your own actions instead of making other people responsible for them. Just remember, hurt me, you're only hurting yourself. The person would talk about having like chronic pain. Nobody understands chronic pain. Yeah? Well, when I had chronic pain before I did the work and I realized that I could heal myself, this person had no freaking pity for me, no sympathy, no help, always hollering at me and telling me, oh, well, the doctors can't be wrong. But yet, when it comes to them, well, they're wrong. It's like, really? Why are they wrong when it comes to you, but not wrong when it comes to me? And I'm going through shit piles of chronic pain. Not only that, but I'm going unconscious and my head is going to the floor, smashing my head off the floor. And the last time it happened, this person was saying, get the fuck out of the middle of the floor. Come on, you're in the middle of the floor. Get the fuck out of the middle of the floor. Really? But you perceive yourself to other people like you're this great person. If you treat other people good, what the fuck is wrong with treating me good? It's like this person will ask somebody else to ask somebody to do something for them instead of going and asking them themselves. And they wonder why they don't get no help. And I'm not giving them my power. Because I'm keeping my power for me. It may come out in different ways. But like I said, it's not to throw shade on them or anyone else. It's to say, hey, wake the frig up. Do you like being treated like crap? Because if you don't, why are you treating other people like crap? Do you expect to be treated like a king? Oh, wait, that's what our king has been doing. Treating the people like crap. having fancy balls, saying, oh, well, we're doing fundraisers, but yet we're going to these fundraisers in $10,000 shoes. And if he had a holy sock on, maybe it's because everything is beginning to be taken from them. Fancy balls, chauffeurs. I always thought the kings and queens were supposed to be standing up for people. I always thought a knight was a warrior, somebody that fought, not somebody who got up and fucking sang for the queen. That 99-year-old man that got knighted from being in the military, like he got knighted. Don't know what side he was fighting for. But when you fight and you put your life on the line, whether it be for one side or the other, you're putting your life on the line. That's a true knight. And nobody should be being killed. Innocent people being killed all over land. Innocent people being raped. When I first came here and I first started channeling, wow, it was very intense because I was channeling the screams and the cries of the women and children. And they were hollering, please help us. They're coming. People, they were hiding and they were coming. So when I chose to do this. I chose this as my mission. But it doesn't mean that I'm not allowed to cry or feel it. Because that's what we're meant to be doing, feeling it and letting it go, because it's our ancestors. Our ancestors are healing through us. And pompous ass people that don't want others knowing the truth, especially if they know the truth already. They want to beat you down. They want to tell you you're fucking crazy. It's like on Once Upon a Time. They had Jekyll and Hyde. Hyde brought the ones of the untold stories. The ones that didn't want their stories told. And those stories are playing out right now. Do I believe that stuff? Yes, I do. Because as I look around, I actually see it. And that's why I watch this series over and over again. Because I'm trying to sort my own shit out. And I'm learning stuff from it. As to what is actually happening right now. And if you watch that story, you would understand it. Especially if you were becoming more and more enlightened. And you're realizing that magic does exist. Being authentic is a very powerful magic. And love is the most powerful of all. And some like to use it against people. See, love is when you keep fighting for family, when you keep fighting for one another. But it's time that the fighting stops. It's time that we find the love for ourselves and go within so that we can sort it out. And if you can't do it on the external, I've told people before, go internal and take that an aspect of that person in the internal with you and have that conversation there. And sometimes in there, it does get heated. I know because I do it. And it's a lot of what's been helping me heal too. And I listen to the frequencies, even bird sounds, being out in nature, getting in a salt bath. And I have crystals and what have you. And some may say about crystals and what have you. And that's okay. But some of you profess gold and diamonds, the blood stuff. This, it's quartz. Okay. This was found in my yard on the side. A few of them were found. You can go on the beach and find them, and go other places and find them. Some are saying, well, gold's used for certain electronics and stuff like that. Well, did you know that Tesla it had invented and created stuff so that we didn't have to use that stuff? We use clear quartz crystals and other crystals like it. Watches, sometimes they have quartz in them. They have quartz. Why is it too expensive? Because a lot of them are, they can be easy to find. Look at the price of gold. Price of gold compared to the price of a crystal. Some crystals can be expensive because they're rare. Gold wasn't rare. But they dug and dug and dug all of the gold out until there was no more. So now there's more blood being shed. And it's all come to light. And we're all sorting things out. But the first place you're going to sort it out is within yourself. I know what my calling is. And I know I'm going to get there because I already am there. They say you are what you eat, you are what you watch. And the same people that he watches or others watch, they tell it. And they'll spiel it off to other people, but are they listening to themselves? That's why I say, do you hear yourself when you talk? Because I go back when I do these videos, like I said, I go back and I watch my videos, not for ego based, but so that I can understand myself of what I'm saying, what I'm trying to get across, not only to others, to aspects of myself. It's like I'm tired of looking at the fighting, and I'm not going to pick a side. And the reason why I'm not going to pick a side is because, well, think, what are you fighting over? Why are you fighting over it? Why are we hurting each other? Why are we hurting certain groups of people? Why are we putting bounties out for certain people in the past? Or even sometimes in the now because of other ways of doing it, only it's not in your face. If you're going to write history, write the truth. At first, I said about like there should not be any statues because it's like a glorification. But somebody said, like, why not the statue? Like, put the statues up of the other ones that should be there, and then on the ones that were in the wrong, put the truth below. Like, put the truth on there. Put the truth of what really happened, not just one side, and then and the truth, the warrior of it. Because I found out the other day, because I knew I was burned in in a past life, not only once, but I had this person tell me that in the Cornwallis, here in Nova Scotia, I was burned on a stake. And this person knew me then. Do I believe it? Yes, I do. Because I could feel it. I knew it. But where I feel so many other energies around me, they try to interfere and conflict. Because they don't, because it's not wanting people to really know the truth. I know that I was burnt once as a man. And the person upstairs said that they were somewheres, or well, the person said that this other person said that they were somewheres, and two men threw one of those cocktail things, kamikaze cocktail or whatever the heck they're called, on this man and lit him on fire. That was my dream. That was my vision of what it was happening to me. And they said that they watched it. They seen it happen. And they said that the man just kept running like an idiot. Why the fuck didn't you run after them and put them out? Seriously. So whether like back in 2001, when I fell asleep in a chair and my hair caught fire and they put me out with their bare hands, I'm very grateful for that person doing that. It's like, why'd you put me out this time? Skitotayetolei. Mishkalamana koresutotayetolei. Kreta. And I've told people many times, when you have dreams, it's not a dream. You've traveled. You've astral traveled. And that's what deja vu is. Like, you're catching up. You've already experienced it. Something's changed. And right now, some people have really hard hearts because of things that they've been through, whether it be past lives or this life now. People have become very bitter, and people blame God for it. It's not God doing it. And if you think that God's not trying to help, God's doing it through other people. And if we're not listening to those other people, that's not God's fault. And it's not to feel guilty of yourself either. It's because it's a system that's manipulated. That's told you that these people are crazy, that they're all conspiracy theorists. But as people have been finding out that the conspiracy theories have been coming to light, and some stuff that's been told has been bullshit. Whoa, I'm really thirsty right now. Holy crap. My body's regenerating. Okay. See, sometimes, like I said, it's not always myself doing the talking. It's the channeling coming through, because we're always channeling. Sometimes it's not only my feelings, like sometimes it's the feelings of others. Because I really don't give a crap what he thinks of me or what others think of me. It's other people that are healing, that have that problem with other people. And that's why that's why I'm in the position, because I've learned how to restrain myself from becoming physical. There's been times where I have punched my door. There's been times when I felt there, like, all the rage, and I just wanted to just take and destroy everything. But I've learned to control that. This person. We had a flat tire the other week, hit a bump, and we got into it, and it was a real fury. And they were bent down by the car, and we were having the fury back and forth. And it felt like my leg just wanted to come backwards and just kick the person in the head. But that wasn't my feeling. So I walked away and went up the road. And then on my way back, a couple men in a van pulled over to the side. And when they pulled over to the side, I had a bad feeling. So I went on the other side. And then I seen that in some other timeline or something like that, or another time or what have you, whoever was having that feeling was abducted by somebody in a white van. And then when we got driving, in this person, then it was almost like it was like something wanted to kick him in the head. Because I don't cause violence on people. I did one person one time, I grabbed them by the throat because they pissed me off so bad because of something they said that really struck a nerve. Like, I mean, a deep-seated nerve because of something that that took place when I was younger. And another person, like when I was like 18, sorry, Rolly, the person come home and I had spaghetti ready. And they got mad about the spaghetti or something. They threw a pen at me and I threw it back at them. So they come over and grab me by the throat. Well, when they grabbed me by the throat, I grabbed them back and charged them up against the door and told them if they ever did it again, next time I would kill them. But it didn't really mean that I would. It was just that feeling, because obviously, and then I ran outside. But when we got in the car and we were driving back, when everything was calmer, we were driving back, I told the person what happened, what I felt like. But before I did, I asked them, did you ever get kicked in the head sometime, like at a time when you were like doing down by a tire or something like that? And they were very hesitant to answer. And I told them why I was asking. And then that's when they come forth and said yes, a number of times. So I know that everybody has the stuff, whether they were the victim or the victimizer, because it's been going back and forth. Because we've all been a man and we've all been a woman. And some people may not want to believe that, but that's entirely up to yourself. But I'm here to tell you that is true. I went through periods like growing up, like my whole life, pretty much. I wouldn't wear a dress. I wouldn't wear a dress, and I could never figure out why. I was more of a tomboy. I was spitting on the ground and cracking my knuckles and standing up to the bullies and stuff like that. And I ran like a couple times. I know I ran from someone that I got in a fight, that was getting in a fight with. But it's because they were bullying and they were freaking bigger than me. I was like, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm not stupid. But it happens. And see, after I had that vision, I went to buy a car. And where I went to buy the car, I was a little nervous. And then I realized that the two people that were there selling the cars were the ones that did it to me, caught me on fire as a man. So these are things that, like, triggers. Like, I always wondered, like, why was I always so uncomfortable wearing a dress? Until here one day in the summertime, like, well, it was like late August, early September, when it started getting like sort of somewhat chilly out sometimes. I was in the truck, I was in a vehicle. I had the skirt, I had the dress on. And the person in the vehicle next to me, like, I know them very well, they said about that I looked sexy in my dress. And whether it was myself or aspect of myself or a younger version of myself or what, I don't know. But I just wanted out of that vehicle. I just wanted to go back home. And I told them, take me home. I want to go home. Because I wanted to get out. And they kept driving. They wouldn't let me go home. Wouldn't let me out. But this person never did that. Well, I mean, they may have done it in a different life. Who knows? And that's why you get thrown back with certain people. But it triggered something. Like I said, whether it was mine or whether it was someone else's. But it triggered them. Triggered. And then I felt like I didn't want to wear a dress again. Whether it was that, like, me or this person or what have you, somebody took and put their hand up their dress, and it would have been somebody that they knew and that they trusted and was close to them. Or what have you. But see, this is things that I experience. Because like I said, I experience others and not only myself. And it's, well, we are our ancestors, so it is an aspect of myself. So I will say I am a lot of the time very uncomfortable with men. And that's probably why I'm standing up now. It's not hurting me. It's like, it's tears of a realization. Like I said, I don't just do like the videos for others to see. I do it for myself too. Because I can also tell when I'm connecting with others that can actually understand where I'm coming from, because Maybe they've experienced something extremely similar or the same thing themselves. Maybe that's that aspect of me that I'm connecting with on a different. See, this is why we're fighting, because we're trying to deal with everything. Everything's been shook up. And when you're on the mission like I am, and there are others that are on this mission, it becomes very intense, very emotional. And it's okay. It's okay to have your feelings. It's okay to get angry. Just don't touch anybody. See, a lot of our kids are probably like they come in enlightened already, and they're experiencing different things. They're experiencing the energies on them, whether you can see it or not. It's like 1 minute they can be one way, and then all of a sudden they're a total different way. It's like, okay, well, something's changed. What has changed in the room? And because it's not always that they're having temper tantrums because they want to get what they want. When you have a child like screaming bloody blue murder, they're experiencing something, whether it be on the physical plane or whether it be on the spiritual plane. Because they can see. They can see what you don't see. And sometimes they will try to tell you what they're seeing, but we just dismiss it as adults because we don't see it. Sometimes we say, oh, the child has an invisible friend. Well, no. The person is not an invisible friend. They're seeing that person on the spirit realm. They're open here. We are who closes them. A system that closes them because we've been taught that that's wrong. I've said it before. If you believe your child has a invisible friend, as the medical community likes to call it, it's not. See if they can get names. Because I've heard of other people that they're younger and they see people that was deceased. And then years later, they say that that's the person that they seen or that they were talking about when they see a picture, but they've never seen them before. Or you experience something that they tell you about something that like they're not even old enough to comprehend it, but they tell you something and then all of a sudden it's like it happens. It's because we come in psychic. We come in with all of our abilities and they get beaten down because the ones, the darkness or what have you, the untold stories want to keep them shut up. So it's getting like it's doing harm to them and threatening them if they tell anybody. We're the parents. We're supposed to be standing up for our children. Because most of the time, our children is not lying. because we teach the children to lie. And some may say, no, I don't. Well, okay. Did I say specifically you? Because society teaches lie. Like if they lie and the kid knows that they're lying, then they think, well, okay, I'm like, if I want to get away with something, I'll just lie about it. Sometimes they say, because they don't want to get in trouble. But that's when you take them aside and say, like, hey, like, okay, I'm going to say that I believe you, but if you're lying, like it's better to tell the truth now than later find out, because then the consequences are more. But the only way we're going to realize stuff like that is when we look back to when we were children, when we were little growing up. Whether we have to look at a photo album to see ourselves when we were little, because that may actually point something out to you from that time. Sometimes it's even things that we suppress. Well, it's not sometimes. It's usually it is. It's stuff that we suppress. I call it like the deep seed. And sometimes we come in with that deep seed. And then we start remembering our past lives. We start explaining it, but people think it's our imagination. Like once upon a time, that's actual stories. That's true stories about people's lives, whether people want to believe it or not, because you're told it's fiction. Because if you're told it's fiction, you'll believe it as fiction, and you won't realize that it's actually based on truth. When something triggers you, it's because you've experienced it. Whether you don't understand like why you're reacting the way you are, it's because you've experienced it. If you know something, but you don't know how you knew it because you never learned it, well, it's because you did learn it. You just don't remember learning it. And that's why stuff like tonight happens, because there's so many wounds. And some people don't want to admit to them because they don't want to look at their own wounds. They don't want to look at their own wrongdoings. And do I get intense? Yes. I already said it in my video that sometimes I can get pretty intense. And like I said, it's because I'm channeling ancestors and everything. It's sometimes it's stuff that they've been through themselves. And it's a lot of history. I went the other day to a place, mystical, holistic place, where they sold candles and soaps and just different like crafts and crystals, and like I said, and psychic read or tarot card readings, stuff like that. And when I went in, there was two people sitting at the table for donations, and I asked if a certain person went in, and this one woman, she was like Yeah. She said, are you going to make a donation for him too? Well, and then I started talking to him, and this one woman, I can tell she's a very hard soul just by her whole demeanor. The other one with her was very a light soul. And I asked, like I was saying, like, never heard of light language or what have you. And I said, sometimes people call it at times. And this one woman, she said, yes, I've heard of it. And the other one was like, I've heard of it, but I've never heard it. And I started speaking it. And I said that I do, like when I walk up to people, I like talk to them and I end up connecting with their body and I clear them. And this woman with the heart soul, she holds her hands up at me like that. She goes, I hope you ask them. I hope you ask their permission. So I took my hand and I put my hand back. I put my hand up at her to reflect her own energies back at her. And I said that I don't always physically ask the person, because if I'm connecting with their bodies, that's an imply. And then when I'm doing it, I tell them what I'm doing. I tell them that I've just connected with your body, and I'm doing a clearing because I'm clearing my own. I'm clearing my own self first. And then I tell them what I'm experiencing. And then that's when they admit, like, okay, I'm pretty sure it's me. So it's like, yes, it is. I'm just connected with you right now. And then I ask them, do you mind if is it okay if I do a clearing for you? And they don't have the problem. It's because if somebody doesn't want you to do that, they will protect their energy in that way. Okay? But when I connect, it's because it's that person on a different aspect of self asking for the help, but doesn't know how to actually physically verbalize it. It's like, don't put your hand up at somebody and say, I hope you ask their permission. Because the thing is, you don't know who that person is. You don't know what that person's abilities are. And you have no right saying that to someone else. Because a person is in control of themselves, and what they do is their business. You do not tell them what they can and cannot do. So, I'm going to turn the light on for a sec. If you made it all the way, or if you came in and out, or if you're just ending up in the ending, thank you either way. Like I said, I can get very intense sometimes. And like I said, if you don't do the stuff that I'm saying about, then you know that this message ain't for it's not directed towards you. So I'm going to do my closing card. So it's like, swing hard. Don't let the ball hit you. Like, swing it back at them. Like, the energy. Now I know what that message was about. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so yeah, so now I know that it was like when she put her hand up, it was throwing her energy at me. So it was just like, here, I'm going to stop it. And that day I helped a few people. Some people, they experienced something really strange around me. Il secreto esa isueke ikueta eskolea sukureta te nukutoreta te patadieta kaitiketu te secreto yeshna. Okay? So let's pick a card. The Ishkana Ashkana today apagata a kitutikiata no tomuleta later garioto to kiata la suko. Oh, that was this one I picked. I think Hail to the Chief has a nice ring to it. With that being said, I'm sending you all much love, light, many blessings, most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone wanting, willing, ready to receive and accept. I want you all to be big, bold, brave. Most importantly, be yourself. Be your authentic self. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Know that you are strong and that you are more powerful than you can even comprehend sometimes. So, diskyatai. Love you all. Tishkun mo yan na duty.